This is R.D. Sharma solution, class 12th. We are taking chapter 31, probability. Now this chapter can be different depending upon your edition of the book. So if it is 31, then we are doing the first exercise, 31.1. In probability, mostly the cards question are being asked. So before that, we need to understand what cards means. So if you don't know about the cards, let's understand it. So we call it as a deck of cards or simply cards. So this is the whole picture of the cards which you will find in a deck of cards. There are total 52 cards. So in all, in a deck of cards, there are 52 cards in all. Now how this 52 are constituted? So we can divide this whole cards into 4 different parts. So when we have the equal 4 parts, there will be 13, 13 and 13 and 13 different parts of cards. We call them as suites. From here to here, that is 13 and 13, 26 cards, they are black cards. Then the rest card remaining, which are again 26 cards, 13 and 13, 2 suites, these are again 26 cards and they will be red cards. So there will be 4 suites, 2 black, 2 red. So what do you see here? The first line which you see is a club of cards. That is from 1 till 13 cards. These 13 cards, the first suite is club. Now coming to the second line. In the second line, we have again from A to K. So whenever you see this symbol, these cards will be spade cards. Again 13 spade cards. So from A to K, there are 13 cards of second suite which is called spade. Now when you combine this club and spade which are black, there are 26 cards. So this is how this one partition of black has commenced. Now coming to the second part, which is the red cards. The third line again from A to K, and the sign is of heart. That is why we call it as these 13 cards hearts. So this is the third type of suite and it is called as heart. So this is the heart. Now again we have 1 to 13 cards which are again red colored. But now the symbol has changed. The diagram which you see on it changed. This is a diamond diagram. That's why we call these 13 cards, red cards, as diamond. 13 diamond. So this is diamond. These are the 4 partition and 4 suites. So in all, heart and diamond, these are red cards, again will be 26. Club and spade will be 26. So 4 suites, club 13, spade 13, heart 13, diamond 13. Club and spade, black cards, combine them, they call black card. Then we have a red card. Heart and diamond are red cards. Now if you see a particular line of the cards, that is the 13 cards, they are from 1 to 13. But the number cards are only from 2 to 10. Normally we assume that it should be written as 1 to 13. But the first card is not called 1, it is called an ace. Ikka, an ace card. 2 to 10, these are numbered cards. And from 11 to 13, 11, 12, 13, 11 is a jack for all the suites, 12 is queen for all the suites, and 13 is king for all the suites. So for 13 cards in one suite, there will be 1 ace, there will be 2 to 10, that is 13 minus 4, 9 numbered cards, and 1 jack, 1 queen, and 1 king. So let me take an example. What kind of question can be asked? Now the question can be like this. In this 52 cards, now when you pick a single card or take out 1 card, what is the probability of getting a queen? So the probability of any experiment or event is number of favorable cases divided by number of total cases. So you can call it as number of favorable events and number of total events, but it should be the numbers only. So in all these 52 cards, you can pick 1 card. So total number of possibilities, total number of outcomes can be 52. So number of outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So total number of outcomes can be 52. Any of the card you can pick. But what is our favorable event? There are in all in these 52 cards, there are 4 queens. 1 queen in each suite. So favorable event is only 4. That is, from these 4 queen, 1 can be picked up. So the favorable is 5 and total number of outcomes are 52. 4 divided by 52 is 1 by 13. And this is the probability of getting a queen if 1 card is picked from the deck of 52 cards. In probability, mostly the questions are asked on cards or rolling a die. Now when you roll a die, what can happen? In a fair die is nothing but a cube. The cube has 6 faces and 1 face will come up. Whenever you roll a dice, 1 can come, 2 can come, that is 2 dots, 3 dots, 3 can come up, the face can come up, 4 can come up, 5 can come up with 5 dots, or the final 6 dots can come. 6 faces, 6 numbers can come. So the sample space, the possibility is 1 can come, 2 can come, 3 can come, 4 can come, 5 can come, or 6 can come. Because there are only 6 faces, 1 to 6, only this can come. This is called the sample space. 7 can never come because there is no 7 here. It's an impossible event. Now this is about the 1 die, but mostly questions are asked about rolling 2 dice together. So the sample space will be what? So I'll give you a hint about the sample space. So these are independent events. That is, one is not dependent on another. The 1 die can give you from 1 to 6. The second die can also give you from 1 to 6. So in all, the sample space of first die will be 6. Second will also be 6. See, for 1 die, the sample space will be 6. But when you are rolling and throwing 2 dice, 6 into 6 is total number of events. That is the total number of outcomes. 1 and 1. In first 1, then in second 2. In first 1, second 3. In first 1, second 4. In first 1, second 5. In first die 1, second die 6. Now this combination can go on. In first die 2, second 1, like this. 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6. Then 3 1, 3 2, 3 5, 3 3, 3 6, like this. Last one will be 6 6 accordingly. So there will be 36 possibility. So when 1 1 will come, they will add and we will call it as 2. First will 4 and second will give you 3. It will be 7. So what can be the question? I'll give you a hint. Now when you throw a die and you are being asked, what is the probability of 4 coming? So total number of outcomes can be 1 to 6, that is 6. And what is your favorable outcome? You want 4. So it will be only 1. So 1 divided by 6 will be the probability of getting a 4 in single die. But in a die which we roll, there are number of 2 dice. Then, so just asking a question, 5 can come. Okay. So if 5 has to come, 2 and 3 will make 5. 4 and 1 can make 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, like this can come. So total number of favorable cases are 4 and total number of cases are 36. So when we divide this will be 1 by 9. This is the probability. The first question is 10 cards numbered 1 through 10 are placed in a box, mixed up thoroughly, and then 1 card is drawn randomly. If it is known that the number on the drawn card is more than 3, what is the probability that it is an even number? 10 cards are there, 1 to 10. So we have to make the sample spaces of 2 different events. 1 to 10 can come. So the whole sample space will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because there are 10 cards, 10 different outcomes can come. And it is thoroughly mixed. So there is no chance that 1 card can come again. Now 1 card is drawn randomly. Any 1 card can be picked up. Now if it is known or it is given, all these kind of phrases can lead you to a conditional probability. So in order to find out the conditional probability, we ought to apply a formula. So the second one is, it is known that the number is more than 3. So it can be 4 till 10. There is one more thing being asked. So if it is known or prior information is there that the drawn card is more than 3, what is the probability that it is an even number? So it is a conditional probability. We'll apply the conditional probability formula. So what are the events? Sample space is 1 to 10. But we have 2 separate events. And you have to judge the event according to the question, because if one thing has happened, what is the probability of the second thing happening? So one thing has happened, that is, if it is known that the card on the drawn card is more than 3. So this will be our second event, B. 4 till 10, because it is more than 3 already given. What is the probability of A? We need to find out. That is, it is an even number, but it is not known. See, even number can be any number from the sample space, but the B event is already known that the number is 3, greater than 3 or more than 3. So the A event will have all the even number. It's not that we have to choose from 4 to 10, because if it is known that it is greater than 3, that doesn't mean we have to choose only from 4 to 10. We have to choose from the sample space. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all these numbers are the even numbers. So even number appears on the card is our A, first event. Second event is, which is known event, which is already known prior to finding out the second event probability, is the greater than 3 number has come or appear in the card. So the probability will be, that is how we make A and B, because we have to find out PA divided, or not divided, but PA by B. It is the probability of A intersection B divided by number or probability of B. But we know that probability means numbers only. That is why I am writing NA intersection B and NB. So here PA by B, by is not a division, please understand, and B is already known. It is already known. So what is the probability of A when B is known? So PA by B is NA intersection B, NB. You can also write the P also in place of P, because eventually we have to write the numbers only. That is why I have written N. What is A, N intersection B? All the numbers which are common in A and B, these are the A intersection B. So we have 4, 6, 8 is there, and 10 is there. So the intersection of event A and B, the numbers are 4. What is NB? Count the numbers in event B, 4 to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 7 numbers. So probability of getting an even number from 1 to 10 cards, if it is known that the number on the drawn card is more than 3, is 4 by 7. Now how this will be done? This is how you need to write it and execute it. All these writing, because A and B are very important here. Assume that each born child is equally likely to be a boy or a girl. So it can be a boy, it can be a girl, and the chances are equally likely 50-50%. If the family has 2 children, there is a family, we have 2 children here. So the question being asked is, what is the constitutional probability, that is the conditional probability it should not be a constitutional. There may be a mistake. Given that the conditional probability that both are girls, this is what we have to find out. But it is already given that the youngest girl is a girl, youngest kid is a girl, or at least one is a girl. So we have to have 3 different experiments or events. So this, given that, or if it is known, that means we have to apply the probability which is conditional probability. So A, because I told you we need 3 probabilities. A is there. We call it as an event which is both the child are girls. And this is what we need to find out. Always whatever we need to find out has to be A. Those which are given should be B and C likewise. But what you need to find out should be A. Now what is B? The youngest is a girl. The youngest kid is a girl. I'm writing in short. I'll show you how to write it in just a bit. At least one is a girl. This is our third event. At least one is a girl. Again, writing in shorthand. So what is the sample space? What is the conditional probability that both are girl? So 2 children are there. Like in head and tail, we have HH, TH, HT and TT. Similarly, here we have first and second as boys, because it is equally likely. First can be a boy, second can be a girl. First can be a girl, second can be a boy, or both can be girls, first and second. Now the sample space, the number of elements are 4. So this total is 4. Now coming to A, what is the sample space of A? That is the event A. Both children are girls. So only one G1, G2 is the possibility. So G1, G2. A is this one only. B is the youngest is a girl. Youngest means the second child should be a girl. So this girl 2, wherever we have G2 and in front of that it can be a girl or it can be a boy, but G2 should be, it has to be G2 in the second one. So B1, G2 and G1, G2, that is the youngest is the girl, is this criteria. Now making this same for C is at least one is a girl. So only boys you can remove, others are girls. One or the two girls are there. B1, G2, G1, B2 and G1, G2. Now in A, what is n number of elements? A, 1. In NB, we have B1, G2 and G1, G2, that is 2. In NC, we have 3. Now we have to find out different intersection. First, let me write the formula here or the expression here. Given that youngest is a girl, so first we have to find out PA by B and then PA by C. When A, B is given, and what is A when C is given? A by C will come. With whatever thing is given, it has to be in the denominator. Well, it's not a division, just a symbolic way to represent it. So the expression will be like this. P, you can also call it as N because we are going to count the numbers only. NA intersection B divided by NB. NA intersection C divided by NC. So all the numbers I have already computed. So NA intersection B. What is NA intersection B? What is the common of A and B? G1, G2 only. So we are calling it as 1. Now A intersection C. What is common between A and C? Again G1, G2 only. So again NA intersection C will be 1 only. Now let us put it here. NA intersection B is 1. What is the count in B set? It's 2. So 1 divided by 2. Now A and NA intersection C, again 1. What is the count in NC? I just counted it. It's 3. So the probability of both girls, if given that youngest is a girl, is 1 by 2. And the probability of both the girls, if at least one is a girl, is 1 by 3. This is how you're going to write it. This question will be taken in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Have a good one.